we don't have only one culture. We have different cultures. As South Sudanese, we have our own culture. Ghanaian have their own culture. So our cultures are different. So you can talk about your own culture, or about the experiences, the past experiences, or how you were brought up, the upbringing. So these are the things that you need to talk about when answering this question, like what's make you unique. So you can talk about the cultures, the experiences in the past, in your upbringing, all the achievement that you have achieved in the past. So these are the things that set you apart from others. Okay, there's another one here. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? So this question is really very common, especially like during interview. So like, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? So this is where you show your interest, your ambition. Like if you are given a scholarship, like if you win that scholarship, so what are you going to do like in 5 10 years or in 2 to 3 years? So you need to show them that you are someone who can make an impact. So when given that scholarship, like when you win that scholarship, let them know that you are someone who can really make a contribution, in your community when given that scholarship. So that's what they want to know. Let's say like if you're interested in computer science and it happened that you are given that scholarship. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do with that course? Maybe after your 4 years, in college. So when you have graduated, so what are you going to do with that? You know, in your community, what change are you going to do? What impact are you going to make in your community? So this is what they want to know. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? You see, so you can talk about the goals, your goal. This way you talk about your goals right here. Okay, so the 10 slides. Why do you want to attend this college? So why do you want to attend this college? So they want to know if you have made a research about a specific college. Let's say if you apply to a case university, uh, so you need to talk about the values. About the values, you need to talk about the professors. So as I said earlier, so HS University, they're educating students on things like entrepreneurship and leadership, how to become better leaders, who can really make an impact in their communities, and how to become better entrepreneurs, those who can really make an impact in things like economics. So those are the things that you need to talk about. And the values for chasing values are not the same as the values for a school like Kwame, right? Like Kwame. So they're really different. So you need to make research about the specific university that you are applying to. So don't say that the values of a case university. So for Kwame, it could not be about leadership and entrepreneurship. So it might have different values. So you need to make a specific research about the school that you are applying to. So because the values are not the same, they are not similar. So you can also mention academic and social environment. So you can mention the program, so mention the program that IKS is offering to students. So I've just given you an example down there. Okay, so about the final tips, the person is really very important. Like, be honest and confident. Okay, let's say like when you apply to a school like HSC University, you submit your application, and they shortlist you and they send you an email that you will be interviewed in the next day. So what some universities do, they go to your application and they ask you about the information that is in your application, concerning the information, the details that you are filling. So that's what they do. And if you are fan wanting, and maybe you couldn't answer some of this question, even the information that you fill in yourself, then this is going to be your downfall, So you need to be honest and confident. Don't try to lie, because if you are caught, then that is a direct disqualification. So you need to be honest, like when answering this question, especially when it comes to interview. Try to be as honest as possible, and be confident. Like don't panic. So the person is really very important. So when you are answering interview question, Be honest and don't lie. Because if you lie, okay, like so about this one here. Let's say you apply to a Chelsea University and they shortlisted you and you are ready for interview. So before you go for interview, you make sure that you go through your application. You know, let's say if you are shortlisted, so make sure that before you go for interview, make sure that you go through your application so that you are familiar with with the information that you are filling in your application. So that if they ask you, then you will be able to answer. You will be able to give the answers that they need. So make sure that you know all the details, the information that you are filling in your application, and try to be honest. Then practice with a friend or a mentor. So so this you can make a practice with a friend, like maybe your friend, can be just like an interviewer, and it can ask you some questions. So this is all about practice, and if you nobody is perfect, but at least you can improve. See? So you can practice with a friend or mentor, the one that you are close with. Then the third one, do your college research. Make sure that you know more detail about the college that you are applying to. Make a research because all the information is on internet. All the information is on internet. So just don't be lazy